Hi guys, once again welcome back to our FIFA World Cup daily show on Rep Sports. And what a night and what a game between Argentina and Cape Verde. Obviously, Argentina making the headlines for their victory over Cape Verde, a small island nation, and making it to the round of 16, setting up a clash against Egypt. But Cape Verde, they have won everyone hearts the way they have performed against the defending champion. I'm joined by Devashish Sen and Somnath. First, I will start with Devashish. Devashish the obviously, Argentina, they edged past Cape Verde into the round of 16. But what a performance by Cape Verde.
Yeah, absolutely. Means obviously, Cape Verde won hearts of millions of football lovers across the world. Argentina won the match and are through to the round of 16. But Cape Verde has won the millions of hearts. Means with their sheer performance on the field, and what a world class goal we have witnessed. And I think this is perhaps the best goal in the World Cup so far. Easily the best. Easily. And also Vojina once again he's saved at least 3 to 4 free kicks. Lionel Messi, unbelievably, he couldn't score from the free kick. He came very close, but once again, Vojina was superb. But end of the day, I think it was Argentina's experience that counted. Means that the experience, the individual brilliance, that paved the way for them. I think Cape Verde lost by a whisker because of the experience. Had they had the experience of playing for their first time, I think
Yeah.
they lost out.
Absolutely. And, the first time they even qualified for the AFCON, their continental tournament in 2020 or 2021, the whole Africa was stunned, with their qualification. And now within just 5 or 6 years, they have qualified for the global final of the FIFA World Cup. And now, obviously, it's a heartbreaking moment for them that now, they will have to go back home. But for sure, they will get a hero's welcome when they will land in the airport back in Cape Verde for sure. But Somnath, what about Argentina? I mean, Cape Verde, a small island nation, playing at their first ever World Cup, taking the game into the extra time. Do you think really it's a concern for Argentina?
Obviously, I think Argentina was not absolutely against Cape Verde, but no disrespect to them. They played absolutely brilliant. Even Leo Messi, he himself acknowledged Cape Verde after the match in the press conference. He told that they thought that Cape Verde match would be very tough, and just like that, it happened. But the plan was that we have to. Messi told that we have to get the first goal and then we can control the tempo of the match, but completely opposite happened in the match. So obviously Cape Verde is not just a team who will sit in their defense, play a low block football and spend time. Not like that. If they concede goal, they will go and attack to score a goal. So obviously huge respect to them. No nothing to take away from Cape Verde, but for Argentina, concern will be there. The way the midfield is performing for Argentina, the typical sluggishness in the midfield, and how slow they are in terms of build up and counter attacks, it will be a major problem. Enzo Fernandez, McAllister, they are not in their best, to be honest. In 2022, we have seen these players perform the best of their capability, but no way around. They are not and even near that form. And obviously, there has been a talk that the English Premier League has been, stressing out the players. The players are easily getting burned out because of the hectic schedule of the English Premier League. That could be a reason for players like Enzo Fernandez, but still, if you talk about the build-up, it has been so slow that the Cape Verde players were uh, getting in their positions when they were attacking and tracking back, getting in their position, but still the ball is nowhere around the attack, the Argentine front three. So obviously, I think Argentina needs. To be honest, it doesn't seems like that Argentina will win the FIFA World Cup this year. Obviously, it was Lionel Messi's brilliance once again, and uh, on the other hand, Lisandro Martinez was absolutely top notch in the pitch. He had an assist, he had a goal, and in the defense also he was pretty rock solid. So it was a good comeback performance from Lisandro Martinez. We know that in the season he just played EPL in the second half of the tournament. So obviously, I think that Argentina, they need to figure out things in them between themselves, because if Argentina faces a team like Spain or England, I think they will be in deep trouble, and chances are high that they will get knocked out.
Absolutely, Devashish, the Argentina will face Egypt in the round of 16. Uh, Most of the football fans, they were expecting that the game against Cape Verde would be like a walk in the park for Argentina, but Cape Verde proved that not a single game in this knockout will be easy for any of the teams. So, do you think Argentina going to face similar kind of challenge against Egypt in the round of 16?
I think it was a wake up call. Means if you ask me, means as I think they got a good wake up call and they were surprised. I would say, no, I won't say that it was a wake up call. I would rather say it was a surprise. Means they were also not expecting that Cape Verde will put up such a fight, but they have already done it in this tournament by drawing against Spain and Uruguay. But to be holding the world champions and the twice getting behind and coming back, and that speaks volumes. Means that is that eagerness, that determination for a small nation. I think that is what will stand up. But if you ask me, the form of Lautaro Martinez has been very poor. Means he has been very poor. Even he had to be replaced. He had to be replaced by Julian Alvarez, and then also Thiago Almeida on the left side, on the left flank. He also did not. So these are a major concern. If Argentina once again Messi couldn't score, he scored that first goal and then he failed to convert. Then Argentina looked all at sea. When they were struggling to find the back of the net, so that is a major concern for Scaloni. But I think those two changes have worked wonders. One is to get in Julian Alvarez and in place of Thiago Almeida, and obviously Nico Gonzalez. I think those two changes worked. Uh, some sort of attacking flair in Argentina's game, but I think Lautaro Martinez, which player will score for Argentina if Lionel Messi doesn't fire? Once again,
Yeah,
it was left to Lionel Messi strikes that brilliant pass from Lisandro Martinez and that outside foot the receive. That itself, clear. Just moments before that first goal, Rahul, if you remember, Lionel Messi gave a cross. I don't know. It
exactly.
was I think Molina. I think it was
Mm,
Molina. He tried to receive the ball, but he couldn't control it. That is the brilliance of a Lionel Messi. Means in a
absolutely.
fraction of a second. But I think at least one goal, I would say, Martinez could have saved. Means first towards the
But but
first.
but you had a heroic save in the extra time, because that shot from Cabral, his he palmed away the way he
Yes,
palmed away. So obviously
absolutely, absolutely.
that kept Argentina in the game actually.
Exactly. But the second goal from Kapavati, even Martinez couldn't do anything. When that was all of a sudden from that
World class.
outside of the box, it was a brilliant goal. But I wonder, instead of celebrating with his teammates, he went straight to his girlfriend, had a hug. Mm, but let's enjoy Cape Verde.
Absolutely. Millions of people in the world expressing love and respect for Cape Verde. Their performance is a case study. But as usual, in our country, IFF just refuses to be inspired by them. We don't want to go in such controversy, but obviously, the whole world is talking about Cape Verde. Cape Verde have been one of the most inspirational story from this World Cup. I mean, remaining unbeaten at the group stage, and now dragging a game against defending champions into the extra time. And it was such a narrow defeat for them. Obviously, as I have already mentioned, that this team will get a hero's welcome once they reach their country. Absolutely, what a story, Cape Verde. But Shomnath, we also have to talk about Lionel Messi brilliance. The goal he scored, that touch against made us remember that World Cup fixture between Argentina and Nigeria. There he got one similar kind of long ball where he controlled the ball with his knee and then scored the goal. And I think this is why Lionel Messi is different from the other superstar. But do you think this Argentina is very much reliant on Lionel Messi? And this is one thing that Lionel Scaloni need to be concerned of before their round of 16 clash against Egypt. And also, if they want to go far in this tournament, the whole team needs to fire.
Not only dependent on Lionel Messi, I think the team revolves around Lionel Messi. The team, the Lionel Messi is the engine of this team. Not only scoring goals, but also in the midfield when the Argentine players are unable to win position, Lionel Messi is coming down, tracking back and gaining the position, pressurizing the Cape Verde players, and obviously. When they are getting the ball, when Messi is getting the ball, he is also helping the build up for Argentina as well. He is coming down, tracking back a bit. He is receiving the ball. He is playing one two passes. He creates some space, and then again he moves forward to get the final ball. So that's how Lionel Messi, is contributing to the team. And in the final minutes of the game, also when Argentine players are completely exhausted, they are really tired. It was Lionel Messi who was pressing the Cape Verde defense. So the entire team actually revolves around Lionel Messi. Be it Lisandro Martinez, as Devashish said, he is in very poor form actually. Be it Julian Alvarez, I will say he's a prodigy number 9 in the future of this game. But we can't see that striker's instinct from him. And obviously, again, all the players, Almada, be it McAllister, be it Enzo Fernandez, be it DePaul, nobody is showing that eager to win matches and that thing. Obviously it's completely Lionel Messi, and I think it will be a big problem for Argentina if Scaloni doesn't sort out this quite often. I'm afraid that Argentina will get knocked out in the quarterfinals or so, because we have seen now, not quarterfinal, I think they have a very easy path till the quarterfinals. Then in the semi-final they will have serious problems. In the next match, they will face Egypt, which will be again easier match, just like Cape Verde, I think. But in the next match, they will face either Colombia or another team. I think it's one among
Egypt.
Colombia or Switzerland. So that is also not a sort of game. I think Colombia is a good team, but defeating Argentina will take wonders. But again, if Argentina plays like this, I'm afraid they will get knocked out in the World Cup very soon, because they are completely defended. A team which has a good counter attack and a good striker, I think Argentina will definitely face problems. Just some teams like Spain or Egypt, they will, I think, they will give Argentina a very very good fight.
Absolutely. Devashiza, what about Cape Verde's goalkeeper, Vojina? I mean, obviously, we are talking about Cape Verde, but how good was Vojina last night? And so consistent throughout this World Cup so far.
Yeah, the two goals that he considered, literally, he has nothing to do. Yes, but let's not talk about the three goals that he considered today. Means we have to celebrate Vagina the way he performed, and the three matches. And what is even more inspiring, Rahul, after the match, when the Cape Verde players were, they were so demoralized, they were lying flat, weeping. It was Vojina who was like an elder brother. He was picking them up. Come on, get up, get up. We should be proud of our performance, and that is what an inspiring leader is. He to me is the truest inspiration in that Cape Verde team. So rather than getting lost to Argentina, who are the world champions, and that too, you have held Argentina for 90 minutes and taken the game to almost the final minute of the extra time. That itself is a success story. If the entire world is celebrating, so I think Vojina will be remembered for a long time, for ages, I would say. If there
Absolutely.
is an if there, it is I would say it's a folklore now. Way Cape Verde's success in this World Cup itself is a folklore. It will turn into a folklore
Absolutely.
where it will be a story for the ages.
Absolutely. And interestingly, he's a free agent right now. And now it's remains to be seen whether he gets any contract in the top five European league once this World Cup conclude. Because he has just impressed everyone with his performance under the bar at this World Cup. We'll take comment. We'll take There are a few comment that is Cabo Verde, very scenic island. Obviously, so far Cabo Verde is to be known as a very scenic, beautiful island, a tourist spot. But now I think it will be known across the whole world as a football nation as well. I think their country has realized in a decade ago that football can be a way also to make the whole world know about Cape Verde. I think the thing is a bit different in India, because in India they are a cricket powerhouse, but they are yet to realize that football can be a way as well to let their voices know in the whole world. So that's Cape Verde's way so far at this World Cup, and obviously I don't know whether they will be able to make it to the next World Cup or not. But this has been one of the best stories so far in the FIFA World Cup. We'll also talk about the upcoming few games, because now the round of 32 has just concluded, and now we will move into the round of 16, and there are a few exciting clashes in the round of 16. First, to start with, Canada versus Morocco. Uh, Obviously, Canada host nation. For the first time, they have got past the group stage. For the first time, they have won a knockout game as well. But now they face a stiff task against Morocco. A spirited Morocco who will also like to replicate their previous World Cup campaign. But Shomnath, your thoughts on this game between Paraguay and France? The way Paraguay have knocked Germany out of this World Cup, do you think France, the first time at this World Cup, going to face a challenging task?
I think among these 8 matches, this competitive match, completely, I will be completely frank, full respect to Paraguay, but I think France is too strong to, drop a win here. They will eventually win this match, and the kind of form every French player is in currently, Paraguay, I don't think Paraguay has a chance. And obviously, we have seen many matches. We have completed the round of 32, the group stage and all. Till now, I think France is that only team who is the proper contender for the world championship. But again, and no else team. I am seeing that no other team can challenge them actually. But just a bad day in the office it will take for France to get knocked out in the World Cup, but I don't think any team right now has the quality to challenge this superpowers team. Paraguay will have a very tough time. France will keep attacking them. They will push them to the limits, and eventually, when they score the first goal, the deadlock will just collapse, and there will be more goals. So this has been the template for France over this World Cup and over the years also. But France is clearly the easy favorites. And from the other match, Canada and Morocco, I think Morocco has a chance to go through, and it will be a very good match in the quarterfinals. France versus Morocco, one of the highlight matches of the World Cup for sure.
Absolutely. Brazil versus Norway. Devashish, the way Brazil made a comeback against Japan. Do you think Brazil walk into this game as a favorite against the Norway?
It will be tough. Means obviously, I would still say Brazil will be the favorites, especially after the second half against Japan. I think that tempts me to say that Brazil will definitely win the match against Norway. But once again, they have a great, obviously the towering stature of Erling Haaland, who has scored 5 goals, if I'm not wrong. So I think that will be in the minds of
True.
Ancelotti. So I think Haaland in the last game also he was very subdued. Then all of a sudden, 86 minutes, he produced that brilliance and scored the goal. So I think with Haaland, you cannot just underestimate. He has to be marked because one moment of brilliance from Haaland can just walk to wonders for Norway. So I think Brazil will have an edge, 100%. But when you talk about quality, the sheer individual brilliance, Brazil will definitely have an edge. But once again, I would say that it's that individual brilliance of Haaland that will keep them interested. Brazil will be wary about Erling Haaland.
And not only Haaland, if you say there is Orlot as well, another physically superior striker. Then there is Martin Odegaard, who is the playmaker of this team. So I think Brazil are also going to face a grueling task against Norway in physicality for sure. I think what they have faced against Japan, I think this game is going to be, a tougher one compared to the Japan game for Brazilian team. And also now it remains to be seen that most likely Rafinha will be out against once time. I think after this, if Brazil really qualify for the next round, then they might get the service of Rafinha back. But also Brazil will miss, their midfielder Casemiro, who has been the heartbeat of this team so far. So obviously now remains to be seen whom Casemiro filled in the midfield, to replace whom Ancelotti filled in the midfield to replace Casemiro against Norway. And then the next, Ajab, there is one comment before that we'll take. This panel doesn't even ask Respo, how did Croatia fail so easily to Portugal while Cabo Verde pushed Argentina to the absolute limit? I think Croatia also deserve credit the way they fought till the end against Portugal, but at the end it's all about that VR technology, or you can say that Sneeko technology that rolled Croatia out of this World Cup. Because you have to give credit to Croatia's mentality, their fighting nature. They fought till the end. Even they scored in the dying minute of the game to equalize the game. We all thought now the game is moving into the extra time, but it's all about that Sneeko challenge. Even if you watch the replay again, you will hardly you will understand whether there was even a touch or not with the ball with that defender. But it's that Nico that ruled out that goal. And obviously Croatia's captain Luka Modric said after the game that so many technology, so much use of VR technology in football is somehow taking out the soul out of this game. So obviously he is unhappy. Even I asked Croatia defender Igor Stimac and former Indian national team coach Igor Stimac, he also said that is horrible. That is total kind of robbery. But obviously we should feel for Croatia, but we'll have to give credit to them the way they have fought against Portugal. But Somnath, what do you think about this game between Portugal and Spain? I mean, of course, Portugal have survived the late scare against Croatia, but do you think they have got enough capability to beat this Spain?
The most competitive match of round of 16, I think. Spain versus Portugal, it will be a mouth-watering contest. Again, a young generation versus an old generation team. We have seen this competition in the earlier in the Nations League. We have seen this where Portugal had the last laugh by defeating Spain in the finals. But again, it can be a stage for revenge for this young Spanish side. Obviously, for Portugal, things are not looking so good for them. But yes, they have defeated Croatia and they are in the round of 16. But if we talk about Spain, they are now looking like a very good team, and they are looking like that team which can, give a proper challenge to a team like France. And obviously, against Austria, the way they played their football, the proper Spanish football, the way they dismantle the Austrian pressing, I think Spain are getting in their group, and it will be very tough for Portugal to actually defeat them. And the midfield has also, a wide contrast. Portugal allows too much spaces in the midfield, which always, allows the opposition to have a grasp on the game. But if you talk about Spain, the midfielders, they always pass the ball among themselves and they try to attack from. They can attack from anywhere, be it the left wing, be it the right wing, be it from the center, and that's what makes Spain dangerous. So obviously, it will be a good game, no doubt about that. It will be a very competitive game. Portugal will not, just leave the game away. But I think that Spain has a good chance to qualify for the next round there because they are looking like a very good team. They are playing like Spain. We might judge Spain for their first match against Cape Verde, the way they have the way they drew against them. But I think Cape Verde is a very very good team, and they actually are among the top teams who can who drew with Spain. They drew with Uruguay, and now last night they just a few hours ago they pushed Argentina to their limits. So Spain finally are in their best shape, I would say. But when Lamine Yamal gets to his best form, gets to his rhythm, I think this Spain team will be more dangerous. So let's see what happened in that match.
Absolutely, yeah. Devesh is the game between Mexico and England. Now England will obviously one of the funny thing so far for England is that that they are not traveling to Mexico right now. They will travel to Mexico just the day before their game. Just to avoid
I think they
the
have traveled, Rahul.
they
I
have
think they
traveled.
have traveled. They were booed by the Mexican supporters. A video has gone viral. I don't know. I think
Okay,
that is World Cup visuals. because the
I'm
branding
not
was
sure.
England's.
I'm not sure, but their coach Thomas Tuchel has said, just actually what happened with the Ecuador team. Their fans were, bursting firecrackers in the night to disturb the sleep of the Ecuador team, just the day before their match day against Mexico, and that's why England also wanted to avoid the travel to Mexico, and they want to stay, they want to be based in their base camp, Kansas City only, and they would like to travel just the day before the game. But Devash, this is a very interesting comment that playing at 7,000 feet altitude of Azteca will be quite tough for England. Clear physical advantage for Mexico. We have watched that game between Congo and England. The way England made a comeback, do you think that England are really looking at different side now?
Uh, I have my reservation. Means it was again Harry Kane's brilliance that saw them through against Congo. Means obviously in England were very much in trouble after conceding, but it was again Harry Kane with that second goal, that winning goal. It was sheer brilliance. Means the problem with England or Argentina is that they are relying on particular individuals. And when you compare it with teams like Spain and France, they are not overly reliant on any individual. That more players are contributing by way of scoring goals. You look at France, Dembele, Barcolo, Olise haven't scored, but he has been part of many assists, at least 6 or 7 assists. And then you have Mbappe. So, and if you look at Spain, means there are multiple scorers. So I think, but when it comes to Argentina, the lack of form of Lautaro Martinez, it is over reliance on Lionel Messi. Similar thing, yes, Jude Bellingham is a very important cog in that England's lineup. But once again, it has to be a collective effort. Marcus Rashford, for England to do well, Marcus Rashford and Jude Bellingham, that combination will have to do well, and then you have a hurricane. So I think England will have their task cut out, especially I say, because they are playing against a 70,000, 80, 90,000 odd Mexican supporters. So it will be hostile, no doubt. I don't know,
No
because
doubt.
I still have my doubt, because I saw a visual of the England team. They were booed by the Mexican supporters. Whether it is
Maybe.
the current visuals, I'm not sure, but that video is going very viral. Means you can anticipate the amount of welcome the England players will get onto the pitch when they get onto the
Absolutely.
pitch at the Azteca Stadium. It will be very difficult.
Absolutely, and for the first time, World Cup is being co-hosted by three nations, and all the three co-hosts have qualified for the round of 16. So that is massive, obviously, and one of them, obviously, Mexico will pose tough challenge for this England team, but this England team have got all their tools and element to go deeper in this tournament for sure, just like other nation like France or Spain. So that's it for now. We'll end our show on that note, and obviously another grueling round of 16 coming up, and of course a lot of exciting clashes for sure. Eyes will be on the game between Brazil versus Norway and the game between Spain and Portugal, and obviously the Argentina versus Egypt game, because the game between two legends, one obviously Lionel Messi and also another obviously Mo Salah, who have been who has been ruling the Premier League for the last decade. So any will World Cup will have to bid farewell to any of this legend on that day. So what's your prediction? What's your thoughts on the round of 16? Let us know in the comment section below, and stay tuned to Rep Sports for more such update and videos and color stories from the FIFA World Cup. That's it for now. See you in our next show.